everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're in a bit of a different setup. I'm now in my new room. If you have been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I have moved house recently. So yeah, this is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a while, I can't lie, probably like 2 years, but I never felt that I was in a position to actually talk about it because I still was doing the things that I'm about to tell you not to do. So I've kind of waited a while to do this video, but I feel like a lot of people do know about these issues, but people continue to exacerbate them, and I don't think people really have thought about or know what the alternatives are and how we can make a difference together, I guess. So I just wanted to talk about it because I am quite passionate about this topic. I also just want to say before the video starts, about 60% of you who are watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you keep finding me popping up on your recommended page and you keep watching my videos and you're not subscribed, then subscribe. So yeah, if you haven't read by the title, this video is about fast fashion. I'm sure you guys know what fast fashion is, but I'm just going to talk about it quickly. I'm going to try and keep it brief because obviously the aim of this video is to give you, I believe I've got 8 ways you can make your wardrobe more sustainable. So yeah, fast fashion is basically clothes that are made very quickly at very low prices. Quality is not good, working conditions often aren't ideal, often abroad where they can afford to pay their workers a very low wage. Yeah, so basically in essence, supposedly a warm and a cold season in the year, but fast fashion has made it that they're not even seasons anymore, they're trends, I guess. And there's so many trends that are constantly being constructed so that us consumers then want to buy them. The models are all wearing these trends and we're like, oh, this is the new trend. Like I could name so many. There's that snake skin trend around like about last year, the neon trend, that horrible trend where they got all these ugly graphic t-shirts and went at them with a hole punch. Animal print was all over the place last September. Leopard print trousers. That weird butterfly top I'm seeing all over Instagram right now. Us normal poor people can't buy into these trends unless we buy them at the cheapest place. So that's where the fast fashion retailers come in. So I'm talking about places like Shein and Pretty Little Thing, New Look, Primark, so many. We just buy into this trend as cheaply as we can, and because it's cheap we don't feel guilty about discarding the item once we've worn it a few times, you know, to post an Instagram photo and then buying into the next trend, and the cycle continues and the amount of clothing waste is insurmountable. And this is just absolutely extreme consumerism. This is majorly exacerbated by obviously social media, as I'm sure you're aware. And I don't know, I was so shocked when I found this out, but some YouTubers will literally order hauls of clothes for like hundreds of pounds, film the haul and send it all back just for the video. Obviously this fast fashion is horrific for the environment. I believe fashion is the world's second biggest polluter behind fossil fuels. Like dyes and toxic chemicals in the factories will go into the water supply. They will contaminate the water supplies in rural villages and deprived areas, and that's people's drinking water. Like they literally rely on that water to survive. Pollutant gases which will cause respiratory issues. Like 100% lovely cotton is nice and sustainable, but actually it requires so much water to grow cotton. One pair of jeans, the amount of water it takes to grow the cotton to make these jeans is 8,200 litres. In the Soviet Union, so this was a while ago, but this demonstrates the Ural Sea, which was probably one of the biggest bodies of water in that part of the world. I'll put a picture up on the screen. It's essentially dried out because under the 5-year plan Stalin started growing cotton in the rivers that were supplying it, and the cotton basically parched these rivers and drained the Ural Sea, and it's deprived the areas that relied on that sea for fishing and stuff, and it's become highly pollutant. And that's just like one example, like that's happening all over the world. I got a lot of this information from, there was a documentary by Stacey Dooley a while ago. I'll try and link it down below if it's still available, but it was honestly so interesting. There's literally so many issues that I could address. This is literally just scratching the surface. So honestly I do encourage you to do some more research if you want to. Basically in essence fast fashion is devastating. So like obviously all of us are only one person, but I think if we all just make a little bit more effort to be a bit more mindful where the clothes we're buying are coming from and making decisions accordingly, we can actually make a difference. I also just want to put some disclaimers out there. I am not perfect. I'm sat here in a Hollister top and some Pretty Little Thing trousers. I think if we're all making an effort, that is what is important. I just want to like educate you and give you some ideas about how you can actually be a bit more sustainable without breaking the bank. I'm also not intending to shame or patronise people who do, you know, buy from these fast fashion companies. It's obviously a personal choice, and I think we just need to be a bit more educated about it. Okay, so the first point I want to make clear is you don't absolutely have to cut out fast fashion completely. You just need to, once again, be more mindful about what you are buying. The times that I end up buying from fast fashion websites is when there's a big sale on. Like, I'll just go mad for the sale and buy loads of stuff and end up sending most of it back because it's actually not that nice. And I think that's a danger. So just, I would say, don't buy into big sales. Buy things because you actually want it, not because it's cheap. I think if you try something on in a shop and you genuinely feel amazing in it, you know that you love it, you'll wear it loads, then by all means buy it. Like trousers, I've worn so much. I've had them for almost 3 years, I want to say, and I've worn them on nights out, I've worn them on days out. Like, they're so versatile. I wear them literally all the time. I also have this dress that I bought in New Look for, I think, £20 or something, and I've worn it so much. It's one of my favourites. I wore it in Florida, in Greece, worn it in Copenhagen, all, like, so much, and I don't see myself chucking it away anytime soon at all. Obviously, if you see something that you genuinely like and will wear, like, you can buy it. And also, I would say don't buy into a trend unless you genuinely like that trend. As I said, I really didn't like that hole punch, a graphic band tee top trend, so I didn't buy into it. It's really that simple. Whereas I'm still wearing my leopard print stuff because I really do like leopard print, and it's not necessarily in trend anymore. I'm wearing it because I like it. I think a general rule is if you genuinely think you're going to wear something at least 30 times, you can justify buying it. Also, if you do see something that you really like on a website, I'd actually recommend looking on Depop for it first, because you might actually find it cheaper on there, and then you're not giving the money directly to the big company or giving it to like a normal person. My second point is when you have an event, when you kind of need to wear something specific, how you can get around this without buying something brand new. For me, the main kind of situation that this will happen is for a uni social. So like, we've had loads of themes where I just don't have anything and I have ordered stuff. So like Baywatch, I ordered myself like a red swimming costume and stuff. But there's loads of ways you can get around this and not buy anything. One of the easiest ways is to just borrow from a friend. We had a neon night and so many people own neon stuff, so it'd be really stupid of me to go and buy some neon clothes. So I just borrowed my friend's neon top, or just like, you know, do neon makeup or something and wear white. Also, you could get creative. Yeah, and we had a football social and so many people got so creative. I wasn't very creative, but I went to a vintage shop and bought like a football top in there. Loads and loads of the girls just borrowed football tops from the football team, and there were a couple girls who literally got like white tops and they drew their own like football top and like their own little logo, and they wrote their name and their number on the back in like Sharpie, which was actually so clever. Or just go as a wag and wear what you've already got. Also, one of my friends, we had a Baywatch theme and she didn't have a red swimming costume, so she just like put a red skirt on as a bandeau and just like safety pinned it up and wore that as a bandeau, and that was actually so clever and you literally couldn't tell. And if you've got like a formal event or a prom, I would say majority of people never wear their prom dress again. So I would say just to rent something, because it's so much easier, it'll be cheaper. It means that it's not sat in your wardrobe afterwards. Alternatively, you can actually buy something that you do see yourself wearing again. So, I mean, I've not worn mine again, but I bought a two-piece, so I don't think I'll wear my top again, because looking back, it was actually really ugly. But I had a nice black skirt that went with it, so if we'd had a summer formal, I definitely would have worn the black skirt with just like, you know, a black lace top or like a bandeau or something. Right, a third way to get new clothes without giving your money to all these fast fashion brands is to go to the charity shops. This is a pretty obvious point, but yeah, charity shops are so cheap and you can find some great stuff there. Like, I got a fur coat from Zara for £25 and it probably would have been like £60 before. I also got a Puma polo for £4, which is actually really nice, and I'm gonna crop it and elasticate it, so that's actually really good. I think it's actually so fun going to the charity shops as well. Like, you might quite frequently not find anything. It's still fun and you've just got to keep an open mind, look in the men's section. And also, if you have like sewing skills, you can also rework stuff. As I said, once again, you can probably find what you want on Depop anyway. There's so many sellers on there. I would say on Depop, be careful that you're not buying from shops who just buy a job lot from a cheap source somewhere in Asia and sell them on for a big profit. And the way you can usually tell this is if they're just like, if the item that they're selling has like multiple sizes and they seem to have a large stock, and when you go on their page they seem to sell a lot of things that they wouldn't necessarily own. Like, for example, I don't know, loads of different bags that are all the same but in loads of different colours. I'd also say on the Depop train, for the fourth point, to sell your old stuff on there, because someone else is probably looking for it and then they're buying from you, so you're getting the money, rather than buying from a fast fashion brand. Also, I think selling your clothes is actually so much better than donating it, because I feel like if you're buying something from someone, you're buying you're spending money on it, so you're gonna obviously want to actually wear it. Whereas I feel like when people donate clothes to me, I feel really guilty that they're like donating clothes to me, so I'm like, oh, it's fine, I'll have it, and then it sits at the back of my wardrobe and I never wear it. So also, it's really good to donate to a charity shop. I think there's a few guidelines of charity shops. I've only worked in one charity shop volunteered, where they took clothes, but in that one, they often didn't take clothes if they were ripped. They had a stain on them. And if the labels come off, so they can't put it in a size category, put it on a rotation, so if it doesn't sell in 4 weeks, it will go back into the back room and probably be sent off to a different charity shop in a different area. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving nice things to charity shops, but don't use them as a bin. I also think I found recently there's so many small businesses on Instagram, and not all of them will be sourcing their stuff sustainably, so you can find that out for yourself, but there's loads who are. So like often you'll find people who are, you know, repurposing stuff that they've found in charity shops, or tie-dyeing things, or old vintage stuff, and I think it's really important to support those sorts of businesses rather than big corporations. I'll try and link some down below, and also if you guys do know any really good sustainable brands, please do let me know down below, because obviously that'll help everyone, and I will make a whole list in the comment section. I think number 7 is really important. Lots of us already have loads and loads of clothes in our wardrobe that we've bought, so actually making the most out of what we already wear. I feel like often us girls think we don't have anything to wear, but we actually have loads. You've just got to be more creative and try different outfit combinations. There's lots of things that we can do to make our clothes, you know, be useful for loads of different occasions. So like if you have a nice dress, wear it as a top and tuck it into some jeans or something. Like people are like, oh Rhiannon, I like your top. I'm like, actually it's a dress. And bandanas and headbands, they're all over the place. You could wear that as a bandeau top or something fun like that. I think number 8 is, I don't know if this is controversial, but I think it probably would make a difference if we all did this, although I feel a bit bad saying it because I for one have done it. But yeah, stop engaging with content produced by influencers who are basically promoting or doing a haul of a fast fashion brand. This is just directly promoting consumerism. Like I know for a fact that I've gone and bought stuff after watching a haul. I don't know, these influencers may be sending the whole haul back after they've done the video. I think if there's less engagement in these videos, brands won't be able to justify paying influencers as much to do these videos, and then they potentially would want to do them less. It would hopefully make it far less profitable and majorly reduce consumerism. And if you do see an influencer, you know, promoting, you know, a top that's been made sustainably, that they've been sent by another little Instagram shop, like it, engage with it, because that's the sort of thing that we want to be promoting. And yeah, that basically wraps up my video. There's so much more that I could say on this topic, but I don't want to sound like a preachy vegan. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you took something from this. And goodbye!